Well, Caitlin Clark hugging her family, her brothers, Blake and Colin, her father Brent, her mother Ann, and heading to the podium. She is officially a member of the Indiana Fever after as decorated a collegiate career as we have ever seen.
It's the trial before entering the courtroom.
This is political persecution. This is a persecution like never before. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. And again, it's a case that should have never.
How my demons look. Yeah, now that you bitches shook. How my demons look. Now that my pockets full.
Hello everyone, welcome to this edition of The Take. I'm your host as always, Kendrick Dix here. Glad you can join us here on this Take on this Thursday, April 18th, 2024. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Take here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. Here on The Take, let's get started with the big story. The big story is Caitlin Clark. Many of you may know who Caitlin Clark is. She's the newest phenomenon in female basketball, women's basketball, I meant to say. She has bled a storm after coming from Iowa and playing in the women's Final Four. Now Caitlin Clark puts herself into the women's WNBA draft, and she is expected to be the draft #1 pick in the Indiana Fever. Let's look back at the highlights of Caitlin Clark receiving the call to join Indiana in the WNBA. Take a look.
In the 2024 WNBA draft, the Indiana Fever select Caitlin Clark, University of Iowa.
Well, Caitlin Clark hugging her family, her brothers, Blake and Colin, her father Brent, her mother Ann, and heading to the podium. She is officially a member of the Indiana Fever after as decorated a collegiate career as we have ever seen.
Caitlin Clark has been everywhere. People have been buzzing, talking about Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is the next big thing in women's basketball, and she has paved the way for her and a lot of others, including Angel Reese.
Angel Reese, the Bayou Barbie. I'm coming to Chi-Town. I'm super excited to compete, work hard, and let's win. Hey, Chi-Town.
Who got drafted to the Chicago female women's basketball team.
The Chicago Sky select Angel Reese.
Double machine, or has Coach Jim Mulkey here to celebrate at 34 double-doubles last season, the most in a single season in D1 history, an All-American, an SEC Player of the Year, and now Angel Reese.
So the sky is the limit, the Chicago Sky. The sky is the limit for all these ladies. The WNBA even did the draft because they know this is going to be their biggest era yet. This is a new era, a new beginning for the WNBA, and now they'll have viewerships. But also, too, we hear about pay disparities and stuff in the WNBA. They don't receive less than almost $100,000, while the basketball players, the men NBA basketball player, receives millions and millions of dollars. So they're going to have to work on that. A lot of fans are talking about that. And hopefully the NBA and WNBA will get together and the media and the minds to make sure stuff like that don't come around and don't be a part like that. So congratulations to Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and others on their historic jump on making the WNBA great again. We'll get to who later about who wants to make America great in the political rundown later. But in celebrity news, look at these pictures right here. We're seeing Justin Bieber and Jaden Smith having PDA lovey-dovey. Well, Justin Bieber and Jaden Smith ain't no strange to each other. They worked together in the Karate Kid that Jaden starred in. And remember this? Yeah, I will never say never. That might be the case now. Looking back, almost close to 15 years later, they never say never, but you can tell with these pictures, they all on each other, rubbing dirty. Man, it looked like Jaden found Justin, but I know Justin is married. I don't think Justin Bieber would want to do that to his wife, but who knows? But it's kind of weird and kind of odd. Justin Bieber and Jaden Smith touchy. Maybe they might have feelings for each other. You never know. It's 2024. Live your life. Love is love, and live your life however you want to do. Speaking of love, we're hearing reports about rumored breakup between couple Hailey Berry and DDG. They might be rumored to be breaking up. They have unfollowed each other on Twitter and Instagram. We know that DDG and Hailey Berry just recently had a baby late last year. After those rumors sparked that they didn't want to show the baby, and they try not to show the baby now. Maybe that might be the problem. They probably one of them want to show the baby, the other one doesn't. But we're hearing breakup rumors, but we don't know if it's true or not. It's alleged for right now. They unfollow each other, and that's kind of weird. When you unfollow each other, that means the sign that it is the end of the end, and that's what happened in Hollywood. You can be together for 1 minute and be separated the next. So hopefully, Justin, not just but Hailey Bailey and DGG will work things out. Hopefully, for the sake of their child. But then again, on Hailey's part, she needs to kind of weed him out, not just go out there and date him, and then you have a baby by him, and then you end up crazier and more intense than ever before. And I think that's what happened. You're crying for help. So hopefully she gets her situation in order and gets everything done. All right, we move on to talk shows. We're hearing reports that the talk on CBS will be canceled after 15 seasons. The CBS issued that statement saying that the talk will be replaced by a new show called a soap opera called The Gates. So they're trying to attract African Americans to watch program. Maybe they might see some stay-at-home moms who might be white or might be African American and just like, hey, I want to do something. And you see The Gates on CBS, and then you're like, oh, a wealthy, affluent black family with problems. That's what it is. It's just like that. But in the daytime soaps would that be like that sometimes. But hey, it is what it is. But we'll see. Even more canceling news that CNN has canceled finally King Charles. King Charles was the talk show where Gayle King and Charles Barkley did a talk show where they were speaking their opinions on the day's top of the matter during that week. It wasn't work from the start, and I knew it was going to get canceled sooner rather than later. After its 6-month run, it got canceled. They were trying to hold on, and it just didn't work. And Gayle King took her money. She's staying on CBS like she should. Thank God she kind of looked at it as like, hey, I'm just going to try it. And CNN was trying to find that last-ditch effort to trying to have Charles Barkley on their network, which he'll be okay. He'll be on the NBA panel on TNT, so that's him. So, hey, it doesn't hurt and affect neither of them. So, hey, it was doomed from the start. Yeah. All right, we're going to be right back on the tape. Stick around here on the tape. Welcome back to the tape. I'm your host, as always, Kendrick Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the tape on this Thursday, April 18th, 2024. Join in the conversation using the hashtag TakeHealConnect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right, let's get to the political rundown. In the latest polls right now on the conducted by the New York Times, former President Donald Trump leads by a single point. This is a toss-up. When you think about it, it could be a tie, a toss-up between Trump and Biden, but there's a lot going on. Even Trump has a lot going on with him. Let's look at what's going on, in his case in New York, about Stormy Daniels in his hush money situation. Take a look.
Criminal trial for a former president of the United States. The judge told prospective jurors they must be impartial and set aside any biases or personal attitudes about the defendant or the case, including political orientation. Lawyers from both sides will seek to uncover biases and possible political agendas before impaneling 12 jurors and 6 alternates. That jury will hear what could be the only criminal case that Trump, the 2024 Republican candidate for president, faces before the November 5th election. Jury selection is expected to take about a week, and former federal prosecutor Nima Rahmani said it will be a challenge.
Everyone in this country has an opinion of the former president. Some think he's a criminal and an insurrectionist. Others think he's a hero who's being treated unfairly and railroaded by our criminal justice system. To find 12 who could put those feelings aside and come into this courtroom and decide the case solely on the facts and evidence in this case is no easy task.
Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, a Democrat, charged Trump with falsifying records to cover up a $130,000 payment in the waning days of the 2016 presidential campaign to buy the silence of porn star Stormy Daniels about a 2006 sexual encounter she has said they had. Trump has denied any such relationship with Daniels and has pleaded not guilty. He denounced the trial before entering the courtroom.
This is political persecution. This is a persecution like never before. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. And again, it's a case that should have never been brought.
A guilty verdict would not bar Trump from office, but half of independent voters and 1 in 4 Republicans said they would not vote for him if he were convicted, according to a Reuters Ipsos poll. Falsifying business records in New York is a felony punishable by up to 4 years in prison, though many of those found guilty have been sentenced to fines or probation. Prior to the start of jury selection, prosecutors asked the judge to fine Trump and remind him he could go to jail for violating a gag order that bars him from interfering with potential witnesses. The judge set a hearing for next week on the request and gave Trump's lawyer.
Yeah, President Trump's got a lot on his plate. I know he's going to go nuts and berserk. He's been going on berserk for a long time, and I think he's like, I can't get like right here.
The trial before entering the courtroom.
This is political persecution. This is a persecution like never before. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. And again, it's a case that should have never.
Yeah, you cannot campaign, but you got those voters that kind of would like, I don't care. He's the man. He's my guy. He's my guy. He don't have to campaign in North Carolina, Georgia, or Alabama. He's got my vote. That's what some folks thinking. So, we'll see how this progresses, but you can tell President Biden and Donald Trump are at the war of words, so it's going to continue on. And they're right, Biden. Yeah, Biden is kind of thinking the same way. All right, and finally, the viral video of the week. Doja Cat headlines Coachella, and she did not disappoint. Let's look at highlights of Doja Cat performing at the Coachella. Yeah, Doja Cat knows how to perform, knows how to maintain a crowd with her presence, her singing ability. But Doja Cat is also back crazy. So Doja Cat knows how to blend the two, and that's what Doja Cat does for a living. She does it well. All right, we're gonna end that right here on the tape. So for me being Kendrick Dix saying so long, thank you for watching the tape.